Okay, we're joined by Charlie Moore of DePaul. And raise your hand, use the raise hand feature for questions for Charlie Moore. Go ahead, Tim Best, you're first.
You're on mute.
Charlie, sorry about that. Big win for you guys. Third time's the charm after they've beaten you twice in the regular season. What was working for you guys this time around, and how much of a boost was it to get Javon Freeman-Liberty back today?
I was a big boost, to have Javon back. He's a great player. We play well off each other as well. And, it just felt great out there, man. I felt like we were all staying aggressive, and we did a great job on the defensive end.
Kevin McNamara. Kevin.
Charlie, I'm curious what you guys saw that you may be able to take advantage of Providence off the dribble. It seemed as if there was an awful lot of dribble drive attacking all game long.
Yeah, like I said, man, we just wanted to be aggressive today. Push the pace, get in the paint, like you guys said, draw defenders to kick out for open teammates. And, we followed that game plan out there tonight, and it worked for us.
Lawrence Kramer, DePaul.
Charlie, congrats on the win. Can you talk about the play during those last 5 minutes when it was a close game and then you guys made all the big plays? What do you think when you're away in the closing minutes?
Thank you. But I feel like, like I said, we were being aggressive, but patient as well, looking to make the right play for the team. And down the stretch, we made some good shots. Voss, he made a big layup, Javon as well, and myself as well. I feel like we all made big plays down the stretch. It helped us prevail at the end.
Dan Stack.
Hi, Charlie. I don't know what it is about New York or the Garden, but in your last 3 games, at the 2 in the Garden last year, this year, and at the game at St. John's, you're averaging 21 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Is there something about the Garden or New York in general, the bright lights and the big city and the big stage that you play well?
I love playing the Garden. Great environment. But also I just feel like tonight we just had played a great game. Teammates came with it. They've been trying. So I just feel like we played great out there.
Jacob Schwartz.
Congratulations on tonight's victory. First and foremost, congratulations, an 11th seed going on to play against a tough UConn team tomorrow night. But first, I got to ask, it seemed kind of like the game was a lot closer than everybody thought. You shot 46% in the second half, along with you and Javon Freeman. Just what was Coach Leitao saying to you during the timeout?
Just telling me, to just win the game, make aggressive but smart plays, down the stretch to help us prevail at the end. I just followed his game plan, and it worked for us at the end.
Next question, Lawrence Kramer.
Charlie, you guys won this game in the same round last year, but obviously COVID put an end to the tournament. How does it feel now to get a chance to play in the quarterfinals tomorrow after it was taken away from you guys last year?
It's a great feeling, but, it's another game. It's a different day tomorrow. Everybody's going to forget about this game comes tomorrow. So we just got to come out there with our hard hats on and play a great UConn team. They're great defensively. So we just got to attack them and play defense like we did today.
Charlie, thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we're joined by Coach Dave Leitao. Dave, if you want to make an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, appreciate it. And, obviously this time of year and conference tournaments and the Big East tournament especially is a special time. But it also can be, heartbreaking if you don't play well. And so we talked about in the last couple of days, the opportunity that we had, from what everybody in college basketball has been through. It's a new week. It's a new start. So we can reset some things emotionally and physically and come to New York and hopefully perform to our potential. And so we had some confidence because we thought we played Providence well twice, came up short in both in Providence and Chicago. But if we made the proper adjustments and more importantly, just had our guys whole as a group and then played well, that we would give ourselves an opportunity. And that's what happened. Both Charlie and Javon played well and made plays throughout the game, and especially, in the later stage of the game to give ourselves an opportunity and get the lead and then hold on to the lead. So very happy for the whole group, and advancing to play another day is what we wanted today and what we'll hope for as we go into tomorrow night's game.
Dan Stack, you're first.
Coach, obviously last year was canceled because of COVID, and was there some kind of like carryover from last year, like you wanted to prove yourself and get another game? And the guys that played last year, was there unfinished business talked about when you talked to them before the game?
Quite honestly, I hadn't quite looked at it like that, other than the fact of the nostalgia of being here on the 11th of March and beating Xavier and then, getting ready to play Villanova and having to get on a plane. But, my staff, my video coordinator, Lucas Shapiro, and the guys put together a little highlight film to get our guys more hyped and ready. And it included what you're talking about, last year and unfinished business. So if I didn't think of it, my staff did and gave it to the players, and they used it to hopefully motivate them just a little bit more. And it gave them a comfortable feeling about, what we needed to do in our execution. And it was led by our mindset. I thought we had really good mindset for 40 minutes.
Go to Gino Green.
Hey, Dave. No, it's on short notice. Tomorrow you guys play UConn. You served as an assistant for a couple of stints, and you've been at the Garden with them. What will it be like to be on the other side of the fence as DePaul's coach going up against UConn?
Well, I've taken 2 body blows this year from them, both in Chicago and in Stores. So we're going to kind of look at it the same way as Providence and what adjustments that we can make, in a very quick period of time. But, the other portion of it, obviously, 14 years of being on the other side of it and being in Madison Square Garden. And one of my assistants asked me how many times that I had been here. And I couldn't tell you the number, for the amount of times that we were here and played really well. So obviously that has a small portion to do with the emotion, but it doesn't mean any of their players or any of our players know that or matter. For me, it'd be 94 by 50 in execution. And, for many years, I've maintained myself as a tremendous UConn fan because they run a great program and continue to do so on both sides, men and the women. So, my heart, at least a piece of it, will always be there. But, this is DePaul. This is 2021, excuse me. And Danny's got a hell of a team that is physical, that has a tremendous outpitch in book night. And Whaley and the guys in the front court kind of put it on you. And so we got to be really, really ready physically and emotionally.
Thank you.
We'll do 2 more questions. Peter Govis. Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, David, just wondering what you did to take David Duke out of the game. He was kind of rudderless without him.
I'm sorry. What did I think of what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was just wondering how you were able to take David Duke out of the game.
How did I think Danny? I didn't catch that.
No, were you able to?
I'm sorry. Forgive me. I didn't hear you. Yeah, you know what? It's just, the tendencies. You have to play tendencies, and he's done well twice against us, and so we thought if we just won the guy that was guarding him, whether it was whoever's assignment or if we switched on to him, that we would crowd him. And if we could take away, what he likes to do with the right hand and what he likes to do going left and force him into a second defender, that may limit some of the things that he is really good at, And so our guys, one only gave him 9 shots. And I thought every jump shot that he took tonight was contested, which is, something that we try to do, and how we defended the 3-point line all year long has been pretty good. So I trusted that was going to work, and obviously it did. I got a bunch of respect for him. He's a tremendous player who scores at all three levels and plays with great attitude and high skills. So, I'm sure he didn't have his best game, and I'm also sure that we had a little bit to do with it.
Last question, Lawrence Kramer, DePaul.
Coach, congrats on the win. Can you talk about Charlie's play tonight, especially late in that second half when the game was really close?
Yeah, so he, I try to put as much, I don't know if you call it pressure on him, but responsibility and trust that if he can create open space for himself, that his choice to make a shot or make a pass is something that we need. And I thought he did a really, really good job at that today. He was much more aggressive. He took 13 shots, and I thought if not all of them, were good shots. And I happen to think he can do more. He's dynamic, and I think sometimes he gets caught in wanting to get everybody else involved, and other times, he can score, and that balance is really hard to strike, to keep your team happy and believing that you're going to put the ball in their hands and scoring places. But knowing that, especially, and I took him out. I was upset with him when he reached on a defensive play. Took him out, sat him for a couple of minutes, but I told him, you've got to be able to get to open spots and make plays. We trust that if you make those plays, we have a better chance to win. And so between him and Javon, that kind of happened. And we'll hope that he gets some rest and is able to do that and more tomorrow.
Dave, thanks for your time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.